All right, President, we're going to get you to introduce yourself today and let us know how you're feeling about your chances of winning this game and even more importantly, what it's really about.
My name is Philip Trott. I'm the chapter president for the Epsilon Theta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I feel very confident today. My only negative issue is that because of the injuries, I won't be able to be out there today to enjoy the celebration at the end. But I think we're all confident. We know what we have to do. We know where we need to be, and I think we're all confident that we're going to take it this year.
Now this is a perfect terrain. You guys have upgraded every season with your tournament. And now you're here on what we call the carpet. Should be a lot of tricks and a good show today.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, a lot of guys. This is where you come to be seen, right? When guys say the carpet, it's a different story, right? It raises your energy level, raises your confidence, and you know it's business time, all right? So while out here on the carpet, we're ready to show what we came to do.
Well, it's not just about fun. It's also about getting the business done. Phil, we're wishing you a good match today.
Thank you.
And hope there's no more injuries. And once you're celebrating, you don't feel the pain.
Yeah,
so we're sure you're going to get out there if your team wins.
Appreciate
all right?
it.
All right,
Appreciate
cool, man. Good luck now. How are you feeling about your team's chances of winning today, and how do you feel this outcome is going to be today?
Well, we feel pretty good. I mean, obviously we're a year older, so certain days start to bother you a little bit more than the year before. But most guys are putting in a little work, just try to get a little fitness in so they could be able to participate today. The main thing is good camaraderie. You know, it's two Greek organizations that does a lot of work in the community. So we're coming together to create a little fundraising opportunity for the charities and whatnot. So, you know, between the lines, it might look a little rough, but it's really a lot of love between the two Greek organizations. And, you know, we're feeling as good as any other year. And may the best man win and see how it goes, yeah?
Well, you've got great weather and a great field, and we're starting to notice the crowd filling in, and there's even vendors on the way. So it seems to be a good atmosphere building. How do you see you guys going forward in the future and continuing your community endeavors?
Well, we're all driven by giving back to the community. This game, as you can see, every year seems to grow. We're actually playing on the actual carpet itself. That speaks a lot. You know, we might not be worthy of playing on the carpet, but I think the purpose of the match is worthy of playing on the carpet. So we just try to create a venue. As you can see, it has a little bit of shade for the crowd, because traditionally the North Field, the park, no real shade, hot, you know. So at least now people have somewhere to sit and hopefully enjoy the match, yeah?
We're here with Candy Canes, and we're at the National Sports Center complex. How are you feeling about your team's chances today?
Well, we are optimistic. We have significant impact players this year. We have three very, very dynamic young men that we have initiated in our organization, and today they're going to show us their work. But we are very cautiously optimistic about what today will bring for us.
I'm going to play on the field. Somewhere on the field. Somewhere on the field that's going against the other team. Yeah, my plan is to do as best as I can to get as many goals for my team as early as possible and as often as possible. Bang.
Jonathan Ball, up top, striker.
Now, Jonathan, this is
what we said in practice.
Coach, you have a different opinion? Girl score?
Yeah, leave it at that. Good.
Girl score. Now, this is a field of dreams here. The good sort of surface. Are you looking to be taking those opportunities?
Yeah. You just want to, keep the ball moving. Have a good time. At the end of the day, it's easier to have a good time and get a win. So, looking forward to the win.
Now, Joseph, is this your first time playing on the carpet?
No, I played a long time ago. I'm not going to tell you my age, but it was a long time ago.
And were you successful in that occasion?
Yeah, I was. Played for Dandy Town as a striker.
Okay, awesome. Well, we're looking for you to have a relive on the carpet today.
All right, thanks a lot.
And Mr. Best, where will you be playing today?
Back line.
And on the back line, what are you going to be using? Your speed, your quickness, your focus to do defensive duties?
I'm going to be messing up every offensive chance that they bring towards our net.
Oh, it's like that?
Yeah, interrupter. That's me.
We feel very good about our position in respect to keeping the cup, and we think we will certainly raise a lot of money for charities today.
Zuri Darrow should be playing in attacking position. Looking forward to a good match. Definitely a victory is in the cards today, so hopefully guys can band together and get the victory.
We're going to play our game, which is try to score as early as possible. I think that if we get a couple goals, we can put the game away early. At least that's what we've been trying to do the last few years. I've been lucky enough to do it. A few guys have got some new boots. I think they're going to put them to work today.
Any secret weapons besides the boots?
Yeah, the weather.
Dr. Matthews, where will you be playing today, then?
Hey, they have me playing center back, man, right in front of these sweepers. So I'm looking forward to it. I may have to go up and play striker. Depends on whatever the team needs, you know.
Now, how will your doctorate come into play today?
Hey, it's angles, man. This is all mathematics, man. This is all about angles and vectors and you know, rates of change, distance, everything.
Well, see,
my head, not my legs.
Well, the game is being brought down to you and broken down to you from the very highest of levels today, as we have the center back doing his doctoral studies in the center of the defensive line. And at last, but definitely not least, and one thing we want to draw attention to is safety here. These gentlemen are full-time members of our productive society of Bermuda, and we want to make sure that they, at the end of this game, are relatively safe and one piece of paper. We're going to have official introductions, and where will you be playing today?
I'll be playing in the right midfield.
And name?
Omar Lowe.
Omar, and Omar, name some of the other things that you do when you're not playing football.
I'm playing football, DJ, full-time entrepreneur, I'm a banker. I'm just a connoisseur of this thing we call life.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, we're going to be looking for your smile and your style on the football field all day. We've got these hot alphas, and they're ready to change the tide against the Kappas.
Correction, it's ice cold.
Ooh, I even like that better, because you know what? The cold kills the fire. So let's put out that fire. This is the alphas, and they're serious. They mean business. As we have the referee just gathering teams, referee E. Holmes. And we're moments away from kickoff of this match here at the National Sports Center Complex. And there we are, we're off. And that's Holder. Holder finding ball. Ball back to Holder. And he's dispossessed quickly by Coddington. Coddington's moving, and Robinson gets into the mix, and Matthew is sending this one out wide. Finds Jason Wade, and Wade and Matthew are combining. 1-2 connection. Zuri Darrow in the mix. And this one's broken up by some astute defending. There's some astute defending by Tucker, moving ball quickly out. And now here we go with Stowe. And Stowe's looking for answers, looking for a call for the ref. The ref's not having it. And this is a retaliation tackle by Stowe. And Stowe's still mad. He thinks he should have had a foul called on him moments before that. And you see that often in the game. A player would lose the ball and kind of retaliation tackle right there afterwards. This one's chipped up, quickly taking free kick. And it's not cleared right away, but eventually out of danger by Ray Jones. It's a bit of action, and this ball sent up high towards the field, and keeper Burgess judges it off the ground, and he's quickly sending this one out and trying to make use of the width on the field. And this one is played into just not having enough terror on that instance to get away from the defenders there of the Alphas. But so far, a good start to the match, good energy, and both teams showing attacking intent. You know, often when a match starts, it starts with lethargic, and teams and players are sort of apprehensive and just need to get a few touches to get a feel of the game and settle their nerves. And this game has had that, and the players look settled, and they're looking to play some expansive football at this moment. That pass not finding its mark, and Rakai Benz quickly doing their defensive duties, and Rakai Benz is looking for it for Jonathan Ball, and Ball is latching on to this one, and this one's sent into the box, and Burgess, like Spider-Man, grabs that one with his left, and it immediately sticks, and Stowe holds this one, is distributed, and is moving this ball out, and Coddington is looking and finding, but that's broken up by the good defensive work by Kean Butterfield, and Off to the races. Off to the races is Jonathan Ball, and Ball's finding his Zuri Dow, and Zuri Dow with an early sign of attention, just off top of the 18-yard box, and he takes a shot that keeper Burgess looked to have covered. And that is the first clear opportunity, but definitely a threat to be reckoned with. Down on this left-hand side is Jonathan Ball with his pace and his wit. Matthew into Butterfield, and Jonathan Ball is distributing and walking, and Robinson looking at right idea, but the pass could have been a little bit more helpful. And quickly, good defensive works done there when it was needed by Javin Taylor. And that is cleaned up for the moment. So far, there's no score. Both teams are definitely playing attractive football and attacking football as Lloyd Holder holds this one up, and it's a give and go between Lloyd and Keynes. That was a Omar Lodge. A few number 6s there. Keynes is still on the bench. That's Lodge. Omar Lodge, entrepreneur, a DJ, and out there on the field looking to be a part of this opening attack of the Alphas. And I think that's just a bad miss kick, or almost both players getting the wires crossed on that occasion. Ball being used again, and Ball's got the touch and the finesse to get around and the pace. Hard work by Coddington, and looks like Coddington's going to have a long day out there trying to contain Ball. And here's Matthew. Matthew's crossing this one back post, and it's in there, and the referee sees something he doesn't like before the keeper comes to collect, and it's a free kick for the Kappas. Well, so far the majority of the and this one is played up towards the halfway line and settled down, and it's a bit of a scramble at the moment. And this is a little bit of an advantageous, and Joseph Weeks loses out on that opportunity. Good movement, and well, that's just relieving some of the pressure that the Alphas have been piling on so far. Keeper Kai Binns in the mix there. Demira Armstrong getting involved. Good movement and confident defending. This ball is played and it's moved about the field quite nicely as the Kappas are starting to build the momentum. And Kappas referee sees something he doesn't like, and it appears to be a foul. So it'll be a Kappa free kick just outside of the penalty area on the right-hand side of the field. And look like Zane Stowe is moving over to take this free kick as there's 5 players in the box for the Kappas, and it's hit low and hard, and that's an opportunity. And ooh, the swinging foot of sends it high and wide. Craig Tyrrell doesn't make the proper connection, and this one goes out for a goal kick. Good battle on the side of the field and here are the Kappas coming back again. Kappas gaining some momentum. This ball is attacked and swung in. Craig Terrell's had 3 shots so far. It's getting closer each time. This one is just misplayed by Zane's Jonathan Ball. Gets away from him. Ball back to the Kappas. Omar Lodge trying to close down. The Kappas using their teammates, working and passing the ball in triangles, building some confidence, looking good on the ball. Give and go movement. And Coddington, Tyrrell, Coddington taken down, and referee Holmes sees something he really doesn't like, and it's a dangerous free kick here, and it's just a bit of balance being restored as the Kappas are getting some possession, and it's been, up till now, mostly alpha attack. Zane Stowe to take the free kick. This one sent up teasingly towards the back post, and there's a scramble. It's not clear who got a head onto it, but no danger has come of it. It's not quite out of the danger area. This one falls nicely to Coddington, who sets up Craig. Craig's not going to think twice about shooting. It just looked like Tyrrell was open for a moment. This one's sent, but it's not out of bounds. It's actually a throw-in. Looks like Butterfield's going to take that. Rakai Ben's going to take that throw-in for Alpha. Jonathan Ball. It's a foul throw. You don't see that often. Well, these are not full-time professional football players, and I guess a little bit of that being shown with the foul throw. You know, interesting to know that there's 2 halves to this game, and today's temperature was 81. So it's going to be hot, and the fitness levels will be called into play on these gentlemen as this game continues. And we believe there's unlimited subs, but the fitness is definitely going to come into play, and how these players are held up to these conditions playing out here on the big field, the carpet, here at the National Sports Center complex in Devonshire. This ball's played teasingly forward, and good ushering, good defensive ushering. Craig Tyrrell is stopping, and Zane is onto this one and distributing. The playmaker Zane orchestrating and calling, and good give and go movement. And this one's looks like an opportunity for the Kappas. And that just goes to show how quickly the Kappas can counterattack. Combination of Jaquan Edness and Craig Tyrrell and Zane Stowe working wonders and quickly turning defense into attack on that occasion. Lauren Scott to kick. That'll be Kean Butterfield. Stowe, Edness. This one's played out almost on the line. Stowe again, midfield general. Stowe battling and really dominating and controlling that midfield for the Kappas, and that's going to be a very important place. That's exactly where this game's going to be lost and won, that midfield battle. And right now, Zoe is digging in the trenches and loving it. And here's a bit of open space. Oh, a bad touch. It's just let down Demir Armstrong when it seemed that he had acres of space to do damage. But here's another opportunity. But no, this one falls to Robinson. And Robinson's quickly turn this one on to one of the danger men, Jonathan. Ball, and this one sent teasingly across. Good one-time volley. And that would have been epic counterattacking if that had gone in. Everything was done right but the final shot. But that is absolutely the type of counterattacking that must have keepers like Nigel Burgess shaking in their boots. It seemed like everything was in control, and a few passes and an outlay ball to ball with his speed, his momentum, him being able to switch the play from side to side and catching the Kappas stretch there. And just a better finish, and that would have definitely been a goal. Keeper Burgess was not able to react fast enough to the quick counter-attacking play that time of the Alphas. That is a quick Weeks. Moments later, Weeks drills one into the bread basket of Scott, and Scott is distributing this. Shannon Dyer doesn't get onto this one. Dyer's still probably thinking about that one-time opportunity he just had. Difficult coming out of the air with pace like that. He did good to get a touch on it. Just direction, missing a bit, and some coaching going on there. Armstrong looking to make up for his mistake earlier, and Quentin gives him every opportunity to. Terrell sends this one high in the box, and it's not impressive with the clearance at all. Not impressed at all with the clearance, and the referee has seen something he doesn't approve of, and be Sinclair to take the free kick. No, Benz has ushered Sinclair off the ball, and Benz is now standing over it. Ben sends this one up over the midfield, and good knockdown header by Lloyd Holder. Not to a player of his team. Sinclair ushered out by Coddington. Coddington quickly looked and finding Weeks, and Weeks just on his own for a moment there had the opportunity to take on his defender, just decided to hold up, and this ball's played, and that's a pass that needed to get through. Zuri Darrell not able to link up with his player there, and Tyrrell coming on to this one, and Stowe, Weeks. And this one sent in, and that looks like a good ball to Coddington. Good aggressive play here and towards the end of the half by the Kappas. And that one just goes over the line, and seems to be some activity wanted on the bench as the Kappas are making some substitutions happen at this moment. The Alphas bringing on Lloyd Ledger as well as Joe Best. Joe Best will be coming on for Benz. As well as Holder. Holder moving the ball well out there, and Robinson being found, and Robinson dribbling through the entire defense, and that's a amazing bit of football by Robinson, which leads to a simple enough pass and opportunity to Jonathan Ball, and Ball does not miss on this opportunity and scores a smart finish, lower left-hand corner past keeper Burgess, who really didn't have any chance from that distance. Well, that is definitely a change of things. That is a 1-0 lead by the Alphas. Can they maintain this lead? You know, and given the balance of play in this opening exchange, I can't say that they don't deserve the lead. They've been the more attacking team. They've been more controlled. Jonathan Ball has been a terrible beast all morning long. And this looks to be number 2, and that's off the crossbar. And it could have quickly been 2 by the Alphas. And wow, this has really turned into a match in a space of a few moments. The Alphas have scored and hit the crossbar. And the Kappas are lucky to still be in this match after that early exchange. Oh, it's amazing how a goal can change a game. You know, the Alphas had the balance of play and they had most of possession, but without the goal, they really didn't have anything to show for it. And I think once they got that goal, the players believed they could get another one, and they almost nearly did. This one's fine, and Robinson untouchable on that build up to the goal with Ball. This one's sent. Ledger. And Ledger being penalized for being the bigger of the 2 men, it looks like, on that occasion. And we're having some subs now on the Kappa side. As thought for a moment Stowe was coming off, but Stowe will not be leaving the field yet. Javin Taylor. This ball's played up. And Lou Matthews ushers this one out. Dr. Lou Matthews. And it's been a very, very polished effort by the Alpha team. Played some attractive football, and they're good for their 1-0 lead at this moment. Edna's duties are over for the moment. Donowa comes on, so a bit of pace being injected in the Kappa team. Pace and width. We'll see if that can counteract some of this attacking venom. And Ball again being a nuisance, a headache to this Kappa team. And Ball, it finds Robinson is just a little bit behind Robinson. Otherwise, Robinson was right on to that. Donowa's freshly on the field, but still hasn't had his first touch yet. This one played back to him, and Donowa's in. And he's quickly to take on his man on that near touch line, and it's a goal kick. It's going to be interesting for the Kappas playing from behind. Last year they absolutely destroyed their opponents, and well, this year their opponents definitely look a bit tougher and a bit more determined. As the ball, almost finding Zuri Darrell in an advantageous position, heading up the field with acres of space. Good defense, good shielding on the ball. Good old-fashioned shielding by Davis. This one's number 4 right here. Nothing lead. This ball's being played up the field, and once again is Jonathan Bull causing all types of problems to that defense of the Kappas. Jonathan Bull has started this game with a lot of energy, and it's really set the tone for everything that's been positive for the Alpha so far, and everything that's been a detriment to the Kappas. Good moves and good touches as they dribbled around Zuri Darrell, but just eventually runs out of space and is taken down by some good old defensive tackling of Stowe. Jonathan Bull really can't put a foot wrong at this moment. Referee letting it play on. Is that offsides? Yes, it is. Offside flag is on, but it looks to be played on, and here's the opportunity for Javin. Javin sends this one into Coddington. Coddington, Lou Matthews, good old-fashioned defending, finds Ball in acres of space. Ball almost seems too excited with the space, and what a beautiful move. Almost capped off with a diving header. Counter-attacking football of the highest order being put on display by the Alphas, and they do mean business. This team of ball out wide is working wonders. That time it's Matthews, whose doctorate abilities and angles and visions is able to find a deep pass, the impossible pass, and finds Ball in acres of space when it seemed as if he was only alone on the field. Once again, the Kappas are lucky to escape without succeeding another goal. Score at the moment is 1-0 Alphas over the Kappas. Taylor on this side, and Taylor's sending it to the right back, and the right back is getting a little bit too advantageous, and he pays the penalty, and the referee might have to go into his card books. And he's coming over to calm down the players, and certainly a professional tackle as the defender was being a bit too fancy, a bit too Brazilian, and just needed to stick to the fundamentals of the game there. Catching himself in all types of trouble. Fortunately for him and his team, it didn't result in a goal. Well, at least not yet. This one is curled, and this one is another problem, but an easier one for Burgess. And Burgess is quickly looking to relieve that pressure, and Tyrrell is up there almost on an island, but Weeks is up there with him. But he runs out of space, and this one's thrown in high. We're starting to see some of the, it looks to me for some reason, it looks like some of the Kappas are just suffering under these conditions a little bit more than the Alphas. Maybe it's the difference of the goal or the way the teams are playing, but it just seems the Kappas are just a little bit lethargic at this point in the game. We'll see if that continues or if they can shake that off. This one's out of bounds. We'd like to thank you for watching the Bascome Lowe Charity Shield match on Channel 82. Your host, Vincent Company, The score now is 1-0 to the Alphas. Beautiful goal scored by Jonathan Bell. Ball shooting smartly to the low left-hand side pass. Keeper Burgess. Assist by Robinson. Ball waiting too long that time to find Robinson. Ref's whistle blow, and there'll be a free kick quickly taken by Davis. Donowa using his speed and being out his play and just getting caught a little bit there, and Javin Taylor, Robinson, Zuri takes on his defender. This one goes out of bounds. Well, I tell you, it's definitely heating up here as there's a confident Alpha team who look like they can almost score a goal at will. And could they score right now? And it's a beaut. What a fantastic goal. And that just shows the venom that I've been talking about, that as you see Kane celebrating there, the team. That is the second goal and a fantastic finish off the boot of a forward moving. Is that Holder? That was Holder who latched on to that one, and one-time finish to the bottom right hand of Burgess. And Burgess has now been beaten twice. And it's definitely a different Alpha team out here today. Alphas mean business. And have the Alphas save their best game for the biggest stage. As Ball, who has been unplayable today so far, is again doing damage down the field, and it's not over yet. Burgess catches this one, and he'll be waiting for the ref to blow his whistle. Coddington finding Zane, and Zane orchestrating to Davis, and Davis looking for a man and finds Zane again, and this one's quickly tricked up and flipped, but it doesn't continue to go over there by Jones. Jones, give and go by Jones, and Jones is outpacing his man. And Jones is up, and after that play, that was a good effort there by Jones to latch on to that 2-1. You know, now it's going to really take a huge effort by the Kappas to get in this game. 2 goals down and needing a complete change of momentum. They've only had a few attacks, and to see them get 2 goals is going to be a bit much at this stage. Nothing down is a tricky lead, but it's a tricky lead I wouldn't mind playing with. This ball is about to be kicked out with the goal kick. Doesn't quite make it across the field without the bounce. A creative move by the defender, Donowa, and the defender linking up. Not as quite as they had planned. And that's Lloyd. And Lloyd's finding Ball, and Ball's trying to find Robinson. And Robinson is playing outside of himself right now. And this is a fantastic ball in space. Is he offside? And, you know, I really can't believe that Keynes is offside in that case. Keynes. That was Keynes' fault. He should have looked across. He had plenty of time. He's got enough speed. He could have waited, but Keynes just a little bit too eager. Saw the goal net and made the move just a fraction early. Good call by the linesman. And this game is serving up everything that a fan of the game or a fan of the community member could want to have. You're getting the passion and the attack. You're getting the goals. You're getting the storylines of the undefeated, the Giants falling the hardest at the highest stage. And well, we've got just a few moments left in this half and a complete half left. So make sure you stay tuned to Channel 82, bringing you this coverage of the annual Bascome Lowe Charity Shield. Current score 2-0 to the Alphas over the Kappas. The yellow and black is definitely looking good today. And there's more black and yellow as ball again, who has completely been unplayable all day, but he just couldn't pick out a pass on this occasion when there was three players to find. And well, I guess he had to make a mistake eventually because he's had an absolutely perfect day so far. And this one's sent up high towards the back post. And it looks like something creative is coming. And ball takes 2 coats of paint off of the top crossbar thanks to a one-time left-footed volley that will have any football player in the world feeling jealous. Inch lower, and that's a sensational goal by Ball. That would have been his brace, his second for the night. And if only to demonstrate how free that the Alphas are playing today, Quentin Robinson has freed up his locks and let his locks run free, just like his team is playing today. This one is served in, and Lawrence Scott is collecting that and catching that. He hasn't been busy today, so you must commend him for not falling asleep back there, staying alert. And it's halftime. It's 2 goals for the Alphas and 0 for the Kappas. Matthews down there, the doctor under heavy medical treatment by medical staff here of the Alphas. So we're just going to hope that the Dr. Matthews can recover and use some of his defensive prowess for this afternoon. But at the moment, we're not sure if he's going to be able to play in the second half. Looks like he's having some stress in the leg. Look like both legs are stressed in the upper and lower regions. And maybe above the legs is a bit fatigued as well. So we're just going to wish him well. I hope he gets well hydrated, and the medical staff is really feverishly trying to revive him. Those muscles are been used very vigorously. He's done a lot of work in his first half. You know, he's reaching that point in his career where he's not regenerating as quickly as he used to be. Just a sign of the times that they're eager to get one of their star players back on the field in the second half to make sure that they can keep this shutout continued. But at halftime, it's 2-0 as the Alphas head into their